start recording. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. I see the line.
Okay, good. Welcome everyone to the podcast. This is me. It's Nirav, and I'm here. And this is GameLusters. This is a podcast I created. Why? I don't remember anymore. Anyway, we are coming at you live Saturday night. Hey, it's live Saturday night. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. And I am joined by some lovely people. Ree is actually out this week. She is in Ireland fighting unicorns or whatever the fuck.
She's part of the IRF.
I think the IRA might be too touchy of a subject to make a joke about.
Okay.
According to my podcast analytics, we have one Irish listener, so I'm going to refrain from doing that.
Is it her?
No,
okay.
I don't think so. Anyway, Ree is out this week, but I'm trying something because I'm so tired. I'm so sleepy because I just got off being on a plane for 12 hours and got home literally minutes ago. And so Kyle is going to help me sort of lead this one. You guys remember Kyle? He's the current record holder for most podcast guest spots on GameLusters. Say hi. Kyle's going to help me co-host this one and keep everything on track.
I'll do my best.
Jesus Christ.
This might end up being a shit show, so I apologize in advance.
Yeah, might, quote unquote. And Kyle, I don't know if you listened to our episode last week where we had like 3 different times where like somebody disconnected and it was just like dead air. So our standards are just impossibly low right now.
Okay. Well, I think I can beat that.
So yeah, we're joined by our guests who are Matt. Say hi.
Hey, I'm Matt. Hi, how you doing?
Okay, great. And Kathryn, say hello.
Hello, I'm Kathryn.
Yes, you are. Good job. Okay,
Thank you. I'm good at saying my name.
Yeah, I believe you.
I've said it for quite a number of years.
Today we are talking about something a little bit perhaps off the beaten path, but I'm actually kind of excited because I'm hoping this kind of just attracts a lot of eyes and they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, even I like the game. I don't know why you're talking about it.
Matt is the only other person I know who has ever played this game, so...
Yeah, it's like literally us two, and that's it.
Yeah, right. So last week or 2 weeks ago or something, like, we were all just talking. How did this come up in the first place? Do you remember?
We were playing Valorant, and
yeah.
I don't know how we switched over to iOS games, but we did.
Yeah. And then you brought up that true crime one. I forgot what it was called.
Cause of Death.
You brought it. Oh,
Cause of Death. Yeah.
So we were playing Valorant, so obviously it came up organically.
Yeah.
Right. And
you know.
So
I'm sure someone gets shot in Cause of Death.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna inject some Coke Zero into my veins.
All right. Kids, don't do this at home.
Kyle, this is your chance to do something.
Right. Okay. So we were talking about this game, and then we ended up playing it through Matt's stream. And
very poorly.
Yeah, we got through 1 week of it, and I gotta say, it was actually kind of fun just because we were all doing voices for the characters. But that's my full experience of it, besides surviving high school myself at one point.
Yeah, it was basically like I could only find it on the 3DS because it got taken off the App Store. So I got it on the Nintendo eShop, and I streamed it from my phone because the glare of like my webcam was really shitty. So we're just doing it off that.
Okay, so basically what happened is Matt and Kathryn both happened to have played pretty much all of this series of very obscure games that even predate the iPhone, actually.
All right, I didn't play all of them. I
didn't play it till like 2009 or something like that, 2010, whenever it...
Why does that make it better?
Because I didn't play
There's
on
like
the
a lot.
clickety phones, and that's a really not great term, and it makes me sound like I'm like 47.
A boomer.
When we all know you're 43.
No, I'm 27. Never ask a woman her age.
Yeah, Nirav, how rude.
I didn't ask for your age.
But you
just
implied
voluntarily
it.
gave it away.
Yeah, you applied. How dare
Wow,
you? You
Nirav,
did not survive
come
high
on.
school like this.
Yeah, see.
Okay. So here's a good example of somebody not surviving high school. And anyway, so these games, we're going to talk about
So he
them
broke
in
the
a
ice.
bit here. I can't even explain just like how tired I am right now. I've looked death in the face this week. I saw a bear.
You have
Oh,
become
saw,
death.
and it saw me.
Did you say
And-
hello?
and in that moment-
Exchanged pleasantries at least?
Good day, sir.
In that moment, it looked at
Hello.
me and it said, "Good eye, sir." And in that moment, I knew that I needed to escape the chains of civilization.
And survive
Um,
high school.
Yeah, I don't think that was related, but sure, yeah.
All right.
No, I've been in Montana the last week in Glacier National Park with my family, which has been really cool. I hiked many miles, and I saw many sights. Yeah. So anyway, what we're gonna do is just to ease in. We're gonna we're gonna go around and talk about what we've been playing recently. So Kyle, why don't you kick us off? What you been playing this last few weeks?
Well, I'm not going to talk about Mass Effect again, although I am still playing that. I'm pretty sure I was playing that last time I was on the podcast.
Oh,
I feel like when that remaster came out, everyone was just like saying like, "Yeah, this is going to be the rest of the summer for me," and I thought they were joking, but it sounds like that might.
Oh
be
yeah, I'm
what's
sitting at
happening.
85 hours right now.
God damn.
But I also started up Far Cry 3, which I've never played. And yeah, I gotta say it's
good
going
game.
pretty well.
Is that the one with Pagan Min? Or
No, that's Far Cry 4.
Okay.
Voss
Yeah.
is the villain for Far Cry 3.
okay.
Like, hey man, have I ever told you the definition of insanity? That guy.
you found out this weekend when you didn't get sleep.
That's true. Cool. Oh man, how's it holding up?
I think it's holding up pretty well. There's been some kind of like a little bit of jankiness, but I don't know. Like the gunplay is pretty good. The cars feel pretty good. It's pretty much all you can ask for.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, nice. All right, Kathryn, what you been playing?
Oh, my usual Valorant. Kind of just been playing it with the same group of friends I usually play it with. I couldn't play with you guys last night or whenever night it was because I've got another friend in town visiting me right now. But
Do you have other friends?
another friend, yes.
You talking to other Valorant players?
That friend does not play Valorant, but
I guess I'll
yeah,
allow
I've
it
been
then.
playing. I've pretty much been playing that and a little bit of Fortnite. They added a game mode that's like goes straight into late game, so you don't have to farm or do anything. You're just
Oh, is it
in
like they give you a bunch of mats? And
mats
stuff
and
like that?
guns and ammo, and you just play end game, and it's been pretty fun. I played that this
Nice.
morning
Yeah.
with a couple other friends, so that's really what I've been up to. I've been trying to find a good story game to play or just something that's more chill and not FPS, but there's not much out right now that interests me other than stuff I've already played. So
Fortnite's like a
I've-
TPS
I can,
kind of.
I can give you like 10,000 games to play. Don't test me. don't do that.
Test
List
him.
5.
Test him.
Matt.
I might test you.
All right, test me.
She said might, not now. But
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I might. I have to
That's
keep you on
good.
your toes.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I could strike at any second. Matt, what you been playing?
100% Hollow Knight. That's some.
Yeah, I saw you doing that the other night. That was dope.
Yeah, that was like 112%, I think.
Yeah. So Matt has managed to, in about half the time I've spent on the game, getting about a third of the way through it, 100% it,
112%. Come on now.
112% it. Oh.
It's okay.
Um,
Yeah,
Pretty sure I'm
I played
still
a-
at like
I played a
maybe
lot.
60%.
Yeah, you'll get there. You don't even need 100 to beat the game. It's like
I mean, I've
collecting
beaten
all the
it, but I
charms
haven't like done the
Oh,
like all the extra
yeah.
stuff after like the first.
Yeah, you just beat the vessel after the
Yeah.
first, like the first time you see him. Okay. It's a good game though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice. Okay.
On my way to
what's
beat
up
Witcher
next?
3 now. On the last
Okay.
part of the DLC, Blood and Wine.
Hey, Blood and Wine's dope, dude. Go
Yeah.
play it.
Great game.
Everyone go play it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, we're on me. So I have been, as I said, out in the mountains. So I had my Switch with me, and I've been playing Skyward Sword HD, obviously.
Nice.
Chelsea has lapped me several times.
Is it like a new game plus or what?
No, she has I think she like pretty much finished the entire game in like 3 days, but it's like, you know, like a 35-hour game. So do the math on that.
What the hell?
I guess she might like it. I don't know.
Yeah,
She's
it's
the
actually
Mia
her favorite
Apollo
game.
or of Skyward Sword.
Yeah. I love Skyward Sword. So Skyward Sword was the first Zelda game I ever played, and I played it in college, which is like surprising to a lot of people, but I literally didn't even know, like, my entire knowledge of Zelda before I got that game was just like, oh, that's the green guy from Smash Bros.
Yeah.
That's him, Zelda.
That describes him to a T. That
Luigi, the green guy.
Yeah, from Zelda. And I was reminiscing about this the other day. Like, when I was in college, like a sophomore or whatever, I had a Wii, and like I didn't really play like many video games. Like, I played like maybe 3 or 4 a year at most or something. Like, and like I remember walking into a GameStop and asking like, "Hey, I have a Wii. Like, what's cool right now?" And the guy was just like, "Oh, have you played Zelda, like the new Zelda, Skyward Sword?" And I was like, "I've never played any." He's like, "Okay, well, there you go." And I was like, "I haven't even heard of this." And like, I really miss a time when I could like have not heard about something as big as the new Zelda game. Like, I'd never heard of this thing.
Yeah.
You were so young.
That was nice. I was like, I guess I was like 20, but sure. I don't know. I miss those days. Anyway, Skyward Sword is fucking amazing, and this is one of the best remasters I've ever played of any game. Like,
chronologically, it's the first one, isn't it?
It is chronologically the first game in the entire Zelda franchise. Yeah.
I never had a Wii, so I'm looking forward to picking it up at some point.
Yeah,
Kyle,
it's
you
honestly
should play with
like
your Wii more. It's fun.
Oh my god.
God. Is
I'm
it
not even gonna give a response to
is
this.
it late?
Yeah,
I'm not
it is.
gonna. I can't do it.
Played
Anyway,
Smash Bros. Brawl. It's pretty good.
so Skyward Sword HD is like a really, really good remaster. Like, I'm impressed, and I kind of get the full price tag on it. Like, it's a pretty in-depth remaster. So they added a ton of stuff, like streamlined a lot of things. Like, they even changed parts of the game to make it like less like grindy and stuff like that. You know,
good.
like they took out all the bloat basically.
Is it like a Final Fantasy VII-esque remake, or is it just like a
No, it's
updated?
like it's like an update, like remaster. Like, all the textures are like 1080p, and then it's like 60 FPS, you know, the whole way through. And
Nice.
then they added a ton of I don't know, they just like streamlined a lot of stuff. Like, they allowed you to like skip cutscenes and conversations, and like added a bunch of like ease of use things, and you can like remove the tutorials now, because that was everyone's big problem with the old one, was that like every 5 or 6 minutes Fi would show up with a new tutorial thing, but you can just like turn her off now,
Okay.
which is nice. And then anyway, it's a lot of really nice. Hold on, I've got a screaming cat here.
Oh, this is very specific to maybe Kathryn and Kyle, but I have a Cavender's belt, and I'm really proud of wearing it when I went to the store to buy my vacuum today. Not related to what we're talking about, but it was just
Only a
something that happened
belt?
today.
You didn't
Yeah, I
get
just had a belt.
boots and everything?
No, they're so expensive. Holy.
Well, good thing you don't live in Texas then. They are a prerequisite.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I'm wearing
Cavender's
boots
is.
right
Like
now.
a cowboy store.
Like a Western wear
I'm
you
not
are.
actually.
It's like a Western wear store, so they've got boots, boot-cut jeans.
Belts.
Those are actually really important. You can't just wear, well, you could, I guess, wear.
Yeah, they're like
skinny
flared
jeans,
out at the
but
bottom.
Yeah, they're nice. And then they have belts and
Hats.
shirts. I think I already said shirts, but some of them are tasteful and some of them are not. And
There's a lot of denim.
a lot of denim, a lot of weird floral patterns, or like I like fishing kind of things,
Yeah.
or
But I do like fishing.
Yeah.
Is it written in that accent?
I mean,
I
that's
don't
how you
know
read it.
because
That's how you read it.
You know,
yeah,
it's-
I like hunting, fishing, beer, and
Fishing,
Smoking.
hunting, fishing, loving every day.
yes, Luke Bryan.
Yeah. Thank you. That's what my grandpa.
We are so far out of my realm of knowledge right now.
Do you know who George Strait is?
No.
Oh,
Do you know who Mike?
You might not be
is?
allowed back into Texas
No.
if you come visit.
Okay. Are those musicians?
Yeah.
I'm
yes,
guessing.
they
How about
are.
Garth
Okay.
Brooks? You know him?
I've heard of Garth
Okay,
Brooks.
so you're not like a complete lost.
Probably like
cause
the bare
on
minimum right
that
there.
area.
Is it like Willie Nelson? Is that ring a bell?
Yeah, I've heard of Willie
Okay.
Nelson.
Is Dolly
Like,
Parton?
I've heard of. Yeah, dude, I fucking love Dolly Parton. Are you fucking kidding?
Okay.
I
Just
want
making
to
sure.
go to Dolly World.
Oh,
You
yeah,
haven't
she
been to
made
Dolly
that.
World?
I've never
Dude,
been to
it's dope.
Gatlinburg. Apparently,
Can
it's
you
like a
imagine?
blast.
Can you imagine being so rich and so cool that you make an entire theme park about yourself? Like
That's
that,
the
I admire
dream.
her so much for this.
I think
It's
that
the dream.
I hate being the center of attention so much that I would never do that, or if I did, I would never go to my own theme park. Which
You
defeats
could
the
go.
purpose of having your own theme park.
You could go in like a
if
trench
you don't
coat with
go
like
to
one of
it.
those hats and sunglasses on.
Yes,
Ooh,
in the middle of summer.
you could
and
have
not
two of
stand
you
out at
in a
all.
trench coat.
It looks so shifty.
Okay, so now that we're all eased in here, we are going to talk today about, like I said, the surviving high school games, and I believe they have an adjacent franchise, Cause of Death, is what it's called.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that in the same
So-
universe, or is that just...
I don't. Yes. Because one of the side characters later on is like the niece of the male detective in Cause of Death.
Wow.
So there's a connection there. And I think they had a crossover episode at one point. Obviously not the detective coming to surviving high school, but I think the girl, like the niece, went to show up in Cause of Death and was like, "Hey, Uncle Mal," and he's like, "Hey, Denny, I'm trying to solve a murder."
I remember that episode.
Was it?
You did, yeah.
Oh.
See, I didn't even think of it until now, but yeah, they had that crossover, and then they also had a spin-off of Surviving High School called Magic School. It wasn't. I
Yeah,
don't
they had
wanna
a third
say
one. I forgot what
Yeah,
it
it
was.
wasn't a traditional spin-off though, because none of the characters were the same, but they borrowed like the designs and the
yeah.
fonts and the character portraits and the choose your own adventure style. So yeah, it was pretty detailed, everything they did.
Who knew that this would
Surprisingly.
just be an ongoing story between these games?
Yeah, the EA expanded universe.
Yeah, so that's a good place to start, is that, so these games actually, like I said, predate the iPhone before mobile gaming became like a thing. These were actually on Verizon wireless flip phones, which is
Really?
amazing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, they were on flip phones starting in 2007, which is insane to me. So, yeah, you would literally use like the arrow keys on your phone and stuff,
Sounds like a huge pain in the ass,
and
to
play.
be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking of using a flip phone now is like a pain in the ass. I had one of those Pantech Duos that you could like turn to the side.
Oh,
and
yeah.
slide it around, and now I'm like, that's too much effort. But at the time, it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this is so cool.
A keyboard for a phone?
And you can
Whoa.
slide it around and flip it around. You're just like the height of cool. And now it's like, nope, tap it.
Tap it. Okay, so this is really interesting. I found out the development of this game was actually more interesting than I had thought.
The mythos.
Yeah, the mythos, dude. So one interesting thing is that Surviving High School, the second one, I believe it was in 2008, was actually the best-selling mobile wireless game, whatever,
I believe it.
that year.
It was great. The remake.
Yeah. So it's interesting though, because this was, I think, from what I'm reading here, this was the only new IP sort of game on these wireless phones to have any sort of success at all. Like the other games that were selling were like Frogger, Tetris, golf, chess, Sudoku, things like that.
Oh, so it wasn't anything new at the time.
Yeah. So this game, for some reason, and this was an EA original, commissioned by them, and developed by a developer, Center Score.
Yeah.
They'd been making, so Center Score had been making mobile games since 2001, and it was actually made up of 4 Stanford grads who started their own company trying to make Java games, and then went bankrupt extremely quickly in 2001. And so they basically ended up scrambling to get a contract, and they got one right before they kind of had to declare bankruptcy to start making phone games again, like in the early 2000s. So when I say phone, again, think of a flip phone. They made a Garfield game that was successful. I don't know which one it was. I can't find out. Has anyone played the Garfield game on Verizon wireless mobile devices?
Surviving John. I've
I
not played
have
that game.
not.
Surviving Odie.
Oh, that's the guy. Whatever.
No, Odie's the
No,
dog.
Odie's the dog.
Oh, okay. I thought it was John's the guy
Yeah.
though.
John's the guy, yeah.
Oh, okay, I was right. Okay, that's all I care about.
Got you to question yourself there
Great.
for a second, though.
Yeah, fucking
So-
gaslighting me over here.
Yeah, I can't. Okay, so for these like 7 or 8 years after they created the company, they actually produced 50 mobile games.
That seems like an insane amount, even just for a mobile game.
Yeah, so here's a quote from the director, Winston Shee. So, as a small developer, you had to try to hit a steady stream of singles or you'd be screwed. You really couldn't afford to go for a home run because if you failed, you were done. There was no margin of error. Which is an interesting... I don't think we've ever looked at this era of gaming before, basically, of like early mobile gaming.
You just pump them
But it
out
is-
there, because
Yeah, but it is kind of interesting because they literally were like being paid to just pump out whatever garbage you can get out there. Like, do not worry about the quality, just get it out. Like, if you stop to worry about the quality, you're already behind schedule.
Well, especially if you're
That
pumping out
reminds me-
50 a year.
yeah. Well,
That
like,
reminds me
yeah.
of those. Sorry,
No,
that
go
reminds
ahead.
me of those terrible like early day iOS games like Paper Toss. I don't
Oh,
know why I thought of that.
how
but
dare
just, like,
you? How
toss
dare!
the
I was
paper
about to
into
bring
the
it up.
trash can. Oh, I'm in your brain.
It's such a good game.
I know, but stuff like that, and there was like a water slide with god awful graphics. Just things like that in the early days of iOS games. It just you can tell now that they were just pumping things out to try to sell them, but
Like, there's that app that was like pretend you have a lighter and you just hold it up.
yes, like
That's such a good one.
somebody just sat there one day and said, "Yep, let's just make a fake lighter."
Oh, that one where
Do you guys
like the beer one where you tilt the phone and like it. It's like,
and then you pretend you're drinking. Yeah.
I remember the one where you could apply. It was like a T-Pain branded app, but you could apply his auto-tune to your voice.
Oh, to your
I
voice.
did that with
Yeah.
so many things.
I remember there's one. I don't know if you guys played it, but it was like foosball, but you connect over Bluetooth, and you and like up to 3 friends could just like
I don't think
put
I
your
played
phones like
that
face
one.
up, and then you could play foosball like that. Or no, it was like ice hockey, I think.
I don't think
Yeah.
I played that one.
I'm just thinking of Doodle Jump right now. Missed
I
that guy.
loved Doodle Jump.
Those early days of like those like iPhone games were, I don't know. There were some good ones buried in there, but it was and still is mostly
Yeah,
garbage.
I just missed the times before like ads took over.
Yeah, that's what
that's
kept
true.
me from that Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery one. You know, it's so
Oh,
microtransaction
you didn't-
focused and all that.
You didn't get deterred when the first mission was catch Hagrid in this net.
No, I didn't even play it, but oh my god, I
Oh
would
man,
not
I
even do
remember
that.
that.
That's
You
ridiculous. Why are
literally
we?
the
You can't
first-
catch Hagrid in a net.
The first mission is like Hagrid's gone wild. Throw this net on him. Drag it onto
Is
the
it like
screen.
Girls Gone Wild Hagrid edition? Like,
No, it's like
He's
it's just
taking off
Hagrid.
his
He's like-
beard.
Hagrid's just like standing in a parking lot outside of the
He's really
Sears,
doing
and you're like,
nothing
it's like
wild at all. He's
Yeah.
just standing there.
Hagrid's gone
Oh.
mild.
It's really weird. Hagrid's Gone Mild is pretty much what it is. So, anyway, so Center Score, like I said, was working on like literally like they're pumping out like basically one game a month.
Wait, Center Score.
and Center Score is the developers here.
That's why they called it Center Score High.
yeah,
Oh my god.
but they
Wow.
changed it later
There's
on
the-
to like
there's the
Twin
lore.
Branches or something.
Oh.
There's the lore, dude. Oh my god, you're right.
my god.
Yeah, so they said that surviving about mid 2005, they started talking with Verizon, and Verizon and EA agreed that they would commission a new game after they were pitched on the surviving high school concept. They would commission an actual game to be made out of a new IP, and so Verizon did help pay for this to be made, and this took them 9 months to do, which was the longest, I think at the time, the longest anyone ever spent on creating a game for a phone.
It's a good
But-
game.
Yeah, that's good. So basically, they started off this concept with the Choose Your Own Adventure series of books, which was exclusive to T-Mobile. Did everyone play that?
I remember having
did
them in
not.
elementary school.
I didn't have T-Mobile.
Yeah,
Like the phone provider?
Yeah, I didn't.
No.
Yeah, like the phone. I don't think I didn't
No.
anticipate
I have
anybody.
I have done a choose your own adventure book before. Does that count?
Yeah, I think I did it in like elementary school, I think. Because it was just like, hey, it's reading time.
So, There's actually a predecessor to this game where they tried out some of these concepts in a social RPG called High School Kings. I don't know if any of y'all know about that. They described it as a cross between Final Fantasy and River City Ransom, which sounds amazing.
My God, I'd play that game too.
But anyway, this was their first sort of attempt at the idea, but instead of like making decisions, you would literally just like live out like a stereotypical high school thing and then go beat up bullies in the parking lot.
Oh. Sounds way more violent than this one.
It's like Fight Night Phone Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Also High School Edition.
Yeah.
And he throws them into the locker. Oh my God.
Yeah, so basically they knew this was going to be like a really tough sell because nobody had ever made anything like this before. Like the most popular mobile game of that time was just a port of Texas Hold'em. So like, you know what I mean though? Like people were playing like fucking like checkers and stuff, and you know, like that's what people were doing on their flip phones, right? Like if there was any games at all, right? And so, like I said, Verizon did agree to help fund this, and they wanted to do it as episodic content. They wanted to put it out like in a subscription service, basically. Like you would pay each month or whatever, or for each installment, and get like a little bit of story over time to keep people coming back for more. So basically what they did was they to help with the development time, they figured that would work better, and they pitched it that way to Verizon. And so on its first month, it was like super successful, and it actually reached number 20 on the Verizon top sellers list.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh. It was but in its first month, it had actually generated 3 times more revenue than any previous game from Center Score.
I like it.
Yeah, so they actually like that game exploded in popularity relative to the market, obviously, but like immediately. So at this point, I do want to ask you guys, like, so what was your first experience coming across these games?
I don't even remember how I found it, and I don't know if I found Cause of Death first or this one. I think I was just looking for games like on the phone, just what to play, and I just honestly can't remember. That was so long ago, I don't remember. But once I found it, I was pretty much hooked because apparently the choose your own adventure style just appealed to me. I just never had heard of it before.
Yeah. I think for me it was like a lot the same. I think grade 9 or grade 10, I don't remember. This is in like 2009.
Yeah.
I found this. I was like just looking for new games on my phone, and this was like most popular, I guess. It was like one of the like top charts, and it was like surviving high school. I'm like, hey, I'm in that, and then I just downloaded it, and it was okay. I enjoyed it for a bit, and I got really salty at times. Like I'd play it for, I don't know, a month or two at a time, and then it'd be like, oh, I missed a week. I don't want to pay because I'm poor. I'll just delete this game, and I'd come back to it later.
See, mine was the complete opposite. I just like played it every week. I would pay for they'd always have on-demand content, so they'd have a weekly free episode, but they'd also have like one in advance, and I would always pay for that in advance episode because I had no concept of patience. And they also had DLC you could get, so I was just playing this game all the time. The only thing I ever was annoyed with, and I think it was mainly in that first pack, so also the one that we had a reading of the other week, was just the amount of football. Like I wanted to go through. I like football, and it was fun playing those games, but I wanted to get the plot going. And every week you had to play this football game that you couldn't fast forward through. The only way you could really cheese it was to like run up the score and then kind of just
AFK.
Let the opponent get yards, but let the clock run down, and that was like the only way to do it. But that is really the only thing I can remember being annoyed with. I bought it every week.
See, I was the opposite. I loved the football part. I was like, talking to girls. I don't want this shit. Get this shit out of my face. I just want to play a football minigame.
I want to be the quarterback.
Yeah, I was playing D-line, but yeah, I was like, quarterback looks easy, you know. But yeah, I was just playing it. I was like, hey, this is pretty fun. Just click on buttons that are big when you're playing, and click on buttons that are small when you're not. Very simple.
It really was.
Yeah. Great game.
So, give me 1 second. Yeah. So, what's interesting is that like
Shout out to John Johnson.
this was.
Sorry.
What's up?
Shout out to John Johnson, the main guy's name. Most
The
creative
first
name
main
ever.
guy's name, the
Yeah.
OG.
Oh, yeah. First main guy.
Love his work.
Fellow.
So, yeah, what's interesting is like this. They actually had a cash flow coming in for the first time. Like it looks like you could subscribe to. So Kathryn, were you subscribed to the video the Surviving High School like service?
I don't remember there
Or-
being a service. I only remember.
I think that
buying
you
an
played
on-demand
them on
episode every
iPhone,
week.
right? You said you played them on the iPhone though, right?
Yes,
Like later.
yes, that's
Okay,
the only time I ever
so-
played them.
All right.
Same here.
So when they came out on iPhone, like they had already been made, and they came out like in chunks like that. But the original version, it looks like you had to pay a service fee, subscription fee of $3.50 a month, and you would get new content delivered to you every week for Surviving High School.
Yeah, it's cheaper than the 99 cents. It's about like $1. Pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested in like, do any of you pay for any subscription games?
No,
No,
I
not
don't
me.
think so. Because most
Wait a
games
second.
now are so free to play, or they're just like the one upfront cost.
Yeah.
I
used
try
to
to
play
avoid
WoW.
ones that have microtransactions.
Yeah, Matt, I was about to ask, like, how long were you subscribed to WoW?
On and off for like 5, 6, 7 years. I don't even know. Since if anyone here's watching, since end of Burning Crusade around Burning Crusade for 6 months, all throughout Wrath, all throughout Cataclysm. So I guess it's in like on and off for 8, 9 years.
Yeah.
Good game. Yeah, it's okay.
Is it?
It's okay.
I didn't
though.
even do the $5 a month for RuneScape. I was just in the free area the whole time.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
The idea of asking my mom for like a monthly subscription for like a video game is like so terrifying to me even now. Like I could never have done that.
I remember there's this guy in my elementary school, Christopher Pan, fucking guy, and
Fucking hate him.
he was the only one in our class who had like RuneScape membership. So I was like, oh my god, he's a member. That's so cool.
He can like get you like that exclusive member stuff.
Like if somebody,
I remember he
like
gave
if somebody in,
Yeah, he gave me like this really nice armor. It's like black armor, and apparently it was like hard to find, but you could get it. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. And then I like leveled up my my smithing, and I just made better armor, and I just trashed it.
it's like the one kid in middle school who was subscribed to Club Penguin.
Yeah,
It's like premium, getting those premium fish, dude.
I'll lie.
Oh my
I got
God.
Furniture
scammed
home.
so many times in that game. Yeah,
Did you
the
really?
people would be
What
like,
happened to you?
I was a naive little kid, okay? and the
Jesus.
people would be like, "Hey, I'll trim your armor for free. You just have to give it to me." And I would be like, "Okay." And then
yeah,
they would
yeah.
just
You just
disconnect
said-
immediately.
I thought you
How
just
many
said trim your
times-
arm hair.
No.
That too.
What?
Yeah, RuneScape, you could trim your armor and it would give it like red lines basically.
Weirdly, trimming your arm hair is the second thing you have to do to Hagrid in that Harry Potter game.
It's just Hagrid home care.
Hey, I would play that.
Hagrid home ec.
You gotta feed him now.
Club Hagrid.
She's like Hagrid after it's like he can't take care of
If
himself.
he's a good
You
half
just, like,
giant,
help
you
him.
can like give him a dragon or something.
Yeah, it's like
To eat, yeah.
No, he would never eat the dragons.
it's like, hey, you remember Bucky? Here comes Bucky, and
It
he
was
opens his mouth.
Norbert.
Oh, Norbert.
Hold on.
Yeah, that guy.
Bucky.
Guys, I just want to...
I don't know who Bucky is.
Bucky is from Captain America.
Unless you, you might be thinking
okay.
of Buckbeak.
Buckbeak, that's
Buckbeak.
Oh,
who.
you're thinking of Buckbeak.
Who's that from?
That's from
I-
Harry Potter,
That's
but
Harry
that's
Potter.
not a
but
Harry
it's
Potter.
like it's
no?
not a dragon. He was a hippogriff.
Yeah, it was a hippogriff. That's what I'm talking about.
It's the same. It's like a dragon.
Okay.
It flies. Doesn't
Also, I
it?
want to give a shout out. We live in a wondrous time because I just received a text message that that a man has come and left a bag of Taco Bell outside of my
Wow.
door
Nice.
without
These are
talking
the
to me.
times that we live in right now.
Doesn't even
It's
bring it
good
to your
times.
If
door.
you hadn't ordered it, that would be terrifying.
You just get a text. Taco Bell's at your door.
I think I would be
know
scared to
that.
look out there, to be honest.
It's like you You call the cops. Who is it? The number's coming from inside the house. Oh my god.
And
God.
it's one of your cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally driving me insane.
So anyway, with Center Score, they, like I said, they were having huge success on these games. People were like snapping it up, and then Center Score realized that they had been pushed basically to the brink because they were having to put out new content every week. They could not keep up with it, and they were again approaching bankruptcy from having too much work, basically. And so they opened themselves up to be purchased because they were an independent company until now. And Vivendi Games Mobile stepped in, which is a French media conglomerate. If any of you are super into video games, the video games industry, you'll definitely have heard of Vivendi. Yep. They are they're a gigantic corporation. But yeah, they ended up buying them out, and so they became acquired that way by this giant French tech conglomerate. Like, you can think of Vivendi as sort of like a French version of Tencent almost, because they're just like a giant electronics conglomerate of every facet of the electronics
like 10
industry.
Pence.
What?
Like 10 pence instead.
What are you saying?
10 pence.
10 pence?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 pence.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of 10 pence, I did try out a few matches of Pokemon Unite. It's actually really fun. I enjoy it. Everyone should give it a go. It's free. It's fun. It's just, it's like Pokemon League of Legends, but like without any of the toxicity because they block people from chatting with you if you're not friends.
Sound like it would interest Matt then.
Yeah, my buddy plays it, and he's like, the matches are 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. They're 10 minutes long, which is amazing. Dude, honestly, the main thing, even beyond the toxicity that has stopped me from getting into League, is just that the matches are so fucking long.
It's not that. It's like Val.
Like, yeah, that's why I don't play Valorant unless I'm sitting with all of you either.
Oh.
I've literally never opened that game unless I've been in a party with all of you
What
guys.
about Overwatch?
Overwatch matches are short.
They're like 20
They're
minutes.
less than 10 minutes usually. No.
No.
Are they?
Comp matches. I mean, comp matches
Overwatch
are.
comp.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
comp matches are like between like 15-20 minutes usually, but like, I mean, quick play matches are usually like 10
Yeah,
I don't
they're
play
quick.
at most.
Hence
They're
the
pretty
name.
Yeah, I don't play that. Oh yeah, because they only play half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they let's continue onwards. Kathryn, do you have anything to interject? I haven't heard you in a minute.
About the Valorant, I play it all the time. I can play it solo, but I also just enjoy watching it.
Oh, wow.
I like the
Oh.
I don't know, I just like the gameplay. I usually
fun.
watch like Hiko or somebody if I can't play, but I don't know. I don't if I solo queue though, I hardly ever talk on the mic because people are weird. There was a guy I was playing in a game and I just said, "Okay, I'll calm." They seem kind of normal. And they go,
A girl?
"Are you a no?" They addressed me by I hide my username in games, so there's like whatever agent I was playing. I think I was playing Viper. They're like, "Viper, I'm just curious. Are you a prince or princess?" And I just did not say a word. He's like, "Well, I'm just trying to make sure." And silent the rest of the game.
What?
Why would
God.
why would you
bad.
even ask that?
That's kind of weird.
It really was. And
That might be the worst one. I don't know though.
I mean, just the phrasing.
be-
like,
it might-
why?
Isn't Hiko on 100 Thieves?
yes, he is.
Okay.
He has crazy high sense too. He does 1600 DPI with like a 0.36 sense.
Oh my god.
I don't know
Why?
how. Like I used to have sort of
His
not
DPI is
that
like, what,
high
like
of a sense,
600?
but
Yeah.
my DPI is 1600, but I do like 0.189 or something like that for my sense. I could not imagine like you barely move your mouse and you're across the map,
Let me
with his sense.
Yeah, let me see what mine is.
I have no idea what my DPI
I have
is set at.
1600 DPI and like 37. I guess that's kind of high too.
Yeah,
How
I
do I
would
find
think.
this out? Is it like a mouse
Like
setting?
It
36.
depends
I don't even know how
on
you
your
see it.
mouse
Yeah, I've never known.
because my mouse
I have
has
a razor.
has a DPI adjustment button, and
Yeah.
based on the colors, you can see which one it is.
Do you have a Logitech?
No, I have a Model O minus.
I have a
okay.
Logitech.
G903?
I have no idea.
Actually,
Oh.
I actually
Wait,
have the
G502.
Oh, that's my old one. That's a good mouse. Good mouse.
I have the Razer Overwatch Chroma, the one with like the Overwatch logo. That if you're playing Overwatch, the mouse changes colors depending on which character you're playing as.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
I didn't know they made one.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So anyway, did I ask you to talk about Valorant? That's on me. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What kind of sorry, what base model is your mouse? I don't think is Chroma one of their Razer's mouse.
Yeah, Razer Chroma. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Wait a minute.
Isn't it?
No, Chroma's their RGB.
Oh, let me see what it's
Wow,
called.
I can't
It's
trust
just-
a
it's just
word.
the
Probably
Razer
like a
Overwatch.
basilisk or a viper. They like
A Death
snake
Adder or some
names.
shit. Yeah.
It's a Razer Death Adder
I guess it's
Chroma
Death Adder.
Overwatch Edition is what it's called.
Death Adder's
Okay.
pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good mouse. I like it. I also have a Razer keyboard, which I have set up patterns to change colors depending on which game I'm playing, which is fun.
If you like a simple mouse, the Orochi is a pretty good one on Razer's end.
All right, this has been Mouse Talk.
We're a hardware
Um,
podcast now.
Well, I do have
What
a
if I
Discord
started
server
one?
called Logitech Shills, so yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of, my headset, the Logitech G733 is really good.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, we did our job.
Alright.
Anyway, so did any of you guys get, or did either of you guys get into the MySpace campaign for surviving high school?
I didn't know there
Because
was
that
one.
is apparently how it blew up.
No, and I was on, like, everybody was on MySpace, but like I was into MySpace, and I don't think
yeah.
By the time high school rolled around, everybody was on Facebook. So.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. So back during like I guess like the final years of MySpace.
The Twilight years.
Yeah, the Twilight years. They went all in on the campaign there, on the marketing, and so they had like custom buddy icons. They had like emojis in the MySpace I am from surviving high school. They had like games built into MySpace. They had like raffles where people would win stuff in the game, and they had like, you know, special wallpapers and stuff for your page. Like they went really all out for it. And it was like extremely popular. I think they said it led to 100,000 sales of the game through MySpace. So that's pretty solid.
I mean, hey. It got brought to me when I was in high school.
Actually, can I mention something extremely funny? I love thinking about this in retrospect. I think it was the summer of 2007, before I started high school, because I was starting high school in the fall that year. I went to a like summer camp at a school, I think at Virginia Tech, and I was there for like a week, and you know, people were like, oh, like, you know, friend me on MySpace, you know, because that was 2007, right? And there was one guy there. I still remember him. I don't remember what his name was, but I remember him. He was like, oh, dude, MySpace is going to be dead in 2 years. There's a thing called Facebook coming up. It's going to completely kill it 2 years from now. I guarantee it.
Wow.
Is this guy
And we all
like,
just, like-
a prophet?
That
We
guy's
just, like-
name?
We just
Mark
like fucking
Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. This was actually an Asian guy, so I don't think it was Mark.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Oh, we have to edit that out, Matt.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh God, they're gonna come for us.
oh, damn. Fucking Tencent, they're coming for us.
Tencent.
Oh, that's where 10
Um,
pence came from.
Yeah, that's what I was making the joke from. Oh my god, Kyle.
10 pence is like the British version.
Yeah.
I guess the French version is like 10 francs.
10 franc.
10
I'm
francs.
team French version, then that one sounds the coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to 10 francs.
Loonies, eh?
Okay.
Oh.
What?
Loonies.
Oh my God. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah,
What
I
currency,
lost
man?
it.
I have to finish this out. So, basically, anyway, these games were extremely popular, like I said, even though nobody has ever heard of them ever.
Besides, yeah,
So-
2 people that I know of in my... Everyone that I
Yeah.
know.
It
And then,
was the top
so
grossing
these games,
game of whatever in a year.
yeah, they were, it was the second game was the top grossing mobile game of the year it came out, which was 2008.
Yeah.
So like it was definitely popular. So they re-released those on Windows phones in 2009,
Oof.
which was not not
First
lucrative,
MySpace,
not a
now
lucrative
Windows
venture.
phones.
Uh,
Does surviving high school kill whatever it's released on?
No,
Well,
because
you know what
iPhone's
released on?
still going strong.
That's
it
true.
killed Steve Jobs.
so
Oh my god.
They got
Oh no.
so these got released on iOS in 2009 and then on Android in 2011. And then followed by a Nintendo DS release was in 2010 for all of them. So, yeah, basically, I think, let's see here. One thing I did want to note, the DS version of the game was referenced in the April 19th episode of 2010 of Nintendo Week. And they featured it there. So they, like the official Nintendo thing, referenced the thing. I lost my whole sentence. Just pretend I said it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
I like it.
Pretend what I said was good.
That was fantastic.
Nice.
This game got a 9 out of 10 from IGN.
Dude, it's a good game.
It is.
This is
I
kind of
hate
blowing
that
my
like
mind.
you guys have never heard of it until Matt and I discussed it. It's
Yeah.
and I mentioned this, when we spoke about it previously. I just hate that it's so many of that. Well, this game, then Cause of Death, and I don't even other ones that maybe I didn't play that
Magic
maybe had
School
similar
High.
value. Magic School, yeah.
Whatever it was.
Like because the App Store and iOS was new, people didn't really think, preserve it a little better. Like now, if a game like that was popular, there would be versions of it you could download.
I could go online and just
They'd
get an APK
They'd have
or
it
something.
hosted somewhere. Now, but then nobody thought of that back then because it was so new, and so it just feels like there was this great game that's just lost to technology, which you would think, 2010 it wouldn't be, but it really was. Or I guess
Right.
they stopped producing them. I don't remember when they stopped.
It looks like 2014 was the last
so
one.
2014, that wasn't that long ago in terms of technology and whatnot, but we were several cycles into the iPhone at that point, but it's really difficult to get copies of that game now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find them. Like Matt was able to buy them on the 3DS via the DS store inside the 3DS.
Man, I still
But
feel
it was only like the first pack and then like some random episodes, but there's like however many there are out there, and
It wasn't even the first pack. It was like just the first football one, and that was it. And then like 7 random episodes, I think, or something.
yeah.
It wasn't even a lot.
There's like a whole world out there. Supposedly the jailbreak method has all of them, which I am intrigued to find out if that is true, because
Which we do not
if so-
endorse. It's illegal.
well, I mean, it is the only option, but yes, that is illegal. Is it? Is it illegal?
I don't know, probably. Maybe.
I'm not at liberty to say what is and isn't illegal on this podcast.
All right,
but
sounds
it
good.
is. I don't do.
Sounds like that was permission.
All right.
But yeah, like I think they just pulled it from the store one day randomly, and they're just like, "Yeah, we're not supporting this."
And I looked in my old purchased section on the iOS. You can't download it anymore. But Cause of Death is still listed there, but Surviving High School is not listed at all,
Oh,
which is interesting. So they
interesting.
like completely pulled that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Cause of Death
So-
is pulled, but I guess the shell exists still because it's
This-
in my purchase history.
I think if all of
Right.
them came out now, I'd spend like $20 on it. Like I probably wouldn't go further, but I think $20 is
I would spend
maybe
honestly
30.
as much just because I would love to have access to. I'm a big nostalgia person though, so stuff
Yeah.
like that where
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it for several years. I would love to have those back.
Yeah, I could maybe 30.
this-
Yeah, 30. I'd say 30.
So, one thing context-wise that's worth talking about is that these games were well before Telltale established themselves as
Oh, the
narrative, choice-driven sort of games. Like these kinds of things were not popular at the time. They existed, of course, like the old school adventure games, point and click kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Have existed for decades, but in this fashion, there really wasn't any competitor. I think until let me see what would have been their first one. Really, I mean, The Walking Dead is the in 2012 was the one that like kind of made this genre like solidified into a thing that could be sold.
Yeah.
Was popular.
I think the thing with those
but-
games was like, it was just almost purely text-based. So it's like, there wasn't
Yeah,
too much
yeah,
of a widespread
definitely.
appeal. At least like Telltale has some gameplay elements in them, like QuickTime events.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah,
moving
and
the
like
guy.
the good visuals and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like So yeah, I just wanted the two of you to tell me about like what is the gameplay like for these? I think people may not know because they may not be familiar with this sort of stuff with the surviving high school games.
What's like the best way to describe this? So it's like you're reading a story and you tap to turn the page, but every so often within the story you'll get the opportunity to play as a character. So you'll get, somebody will say something to you and then your character, it'll go blank for a bit and it'll give you like 3 to 4 options, and sometimes they're timed, sometimes they're not. And the story then progresses based on what you say. I think there are some that I don't know the technical term for it, but they all lead to the same place no matter what you choose. But then there are certain choices that impact the whole
branching
episode.
yeah.
It's like the end is there, but like how you get there is kind of different, I guess.
Yeah, and you can replay to get what they consider to be the perfect playthrough, and you would always get like a bonus scene. So it was mostly just selecting dialogue or choosing like what door to take or what action should I do. Like, should I go talk to this person or should I go home? Or, the quicker ones, it would be like pick words that, are about fighting. It'd be like punch, shove, kick, but you'd have to do that quickly, and there would be, words like trip, fall, and if you hit those, you lowered your score, and if you didn't reach a certain number by the end of that, I guess that would technically sort of be a quick time event.
Yeah.
You would have a bad result to that scenario.
Yeah,
so
that one you get your ass kicked.
Really
basically.
basic stuff. It was mostly a narrative with some choices in there for you.
Yeah, so it's actually more. Would you say it's closer to like a visual novel sort of thing than?
Yeah,
like
I think
ones?
so, because there's just they pretty much have the story set in stone. You just can modify like your reactions in a way. Or
it is kind of fun how it's like the most stereotypical high school kind of thing.
Like a
it's
jock.
like
It's like a huge dick.
yeah. There's like the cheerleader is dating the jock, and there's like the nerds and stuff, and it's like.
That goth
I don't know. There's
chick.
something charming about that.
But yeah, the Raven.
I do like the goth girl.
But what I liked about all that, and I was thinking of this earlier today, when I was thinking of some things I could bring up on the podcast. What really, I think, looking back on it now, what really kept me at it, other than just apparently enjoying that genre, was unlike a TV show that's on like either today or back then, where it was like teen drama or whatever. Where you may not have cared about, certain characters or storylines, but here, side characters would get their own episodes focused on them, and you get more background on them. You get to flesh them out a little bit. And there was every character, even if they were a side character, had like a pretty detailed background by the end of the series, because no character got neglected that I can remember anyway. And all the characters interacted with one another. They grouped up, this, that, and the other. It was just really deep. You just cared about the characters. There was not one week where you're like, oh man, it's an episode about
John.
the nerd group or whatever,
Oh, this is a Ross episode?
It got to the point where I was like, I think the football ones are the biggest. Like, I think there was like 8 weeks essentially, and
yeah,
the other ones are the length. It doesn't give you weeks, but like the length is equivalent to maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But
yeah, and it'll be like, I don't know how long the episodes themselves were. I think it would maybe like 30 minutes of gameplay, and they would follow, for the most part, like a season storyline. Like,
yeah,
the one episode would be like, if the episode would be about like going on, or like homecoming or something. So like one episode would be like prepping the homecoming float, and then there'd be some drama that happens, and the next one would be finishing that. Or then the next episode's like the dance.
There is a storyline.
Yeah, there was a storyline, and I don't know. But then they'd have like holiday specials or side.
Oh yeah, they
stories
did.
that would
I
show
forgot
up.
about that.
So you'd have a storyline for a season, but you'd also have specials. They went back, and later on, the character in the first football pack is like at college, and you can go play him at college.
Yeah, you're like the what is it? Like the new guy, like you're the new guy. This is like after your main guy graduates, and you're like, oh, I heard college is throwing a party. Let's go to it. And
then you see like John and Beth and Raven and all the other people from the first pack are there.
Yeah,
and so
you kind of get to play as both of them. It's like, oh, hey, my name's John, and this is my girlfriend, blank, and you just kind of fill in kind of what you did before. It's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
so they really thought it out really well and developed it nicely. And for weekly episodes too. I mean, I can't remember if they had long breaks between seasons or anything. I don't think they did. They might have had like 2 weeks off here and there, but
Yeah, but they fucking pumped those out.
yeah, they pumped them out.
Yeah. Speaking of pumping them out, we're really trying to just get this episode out there. So we're gonna sort of.
I want to talk
smooth,
more about this, Nirav.
We're gonna talk. No, if you have more to talk about, please do. Like I just didn't. We're sort of coming up on the end of what I have. But if you guys have anything you want to talk about, please.
No.
What's up?
After all this pumping, I'm finished, Nirav. I'm
Oh my
done.
God.
Okay.
I am empty.
All right.
There's no more to
Goodness.
talk
That's good.
about.
Kyle, you've been absolutely useless in corralling Matt today.
I know. Now we're towards the end of this. I think I'm better as a guest.
Okay.
See, we all learned a little something today.
Kyle. I'm gonna demote
I
you
did
right here on the
like-
show
Wow.
live.
And I
will
forgot about
accept
this
the
until we
demotion.
did that reading last week, but the humor was like it wasn't really cheesy. I mean, yeah, it did have cheesy stuff, but like that counselor who's like
Oh, the
insane,
psychopath,
and
yeah.
she's like, oh, that reminds you're gonna take biology, huh? That reminds me,
My
the
biological clock's
clock
running
is
out.
ticking. I
Yeah.
better go find a husband. Too bad my ex-boyfriend too bad my ex-boyfriend has a restraining order. You know,
Yeah, and
stuff
Yeah,
like
but-
that.
I did enjoy
They had
that.
really good, and
Bet
they
he
were good with
does.
puns, and like they'd pull.
they actually have good jokes in them.
Yeah,
Like surprisingly
so-
good for what it was.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was a really good game, and I'm sad that it wasn't around now, because now everybody would, have it saved offline or whatever. So if it did get taken off, you would have them. Because there's only so much.
Right.
Some people have YouTube videos of their playthroughs, but it's like
It's not the
random
same.
episodes. I want to
If you
play
can-
mine.
yeah. I think you might be able to find DS ROMs of it to run on a DS emulator on your computer.
Oh.
That may be your best bet.
Oh,
But I can take a
actually,
look
no.
around.
I spent after we did that reading like that week. Me and Ryan, me and Ryan spent like I want to say 30 minutes trying to find it. We couldn't find anything of at least
I can
DS.
send you that Reddit thing.
Oh,
with
the
instructions
jailbreak?
for figuring it out. Yeah, if
Okay.
you wanted to try that.
Yeah, I'm all about it. Cause like we
if
were,
you figure it out, then I'll do it, and that
yeah.
would be fun.
Cause the whole reason we were looking is like maybe we could stream it better, so it's not like I have to hold up my fucking Galaxy phone and then just like aim the camera at my DS, and it's like really shitty. It's just better experience for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was the perfect experience.
Yeah.
Kyle, you did
Streaming
so
it
well
that
with
way.
the voices.
That was the right way to play it, I think. Who was I voicing? I was like the fucking Chuck. Oh yeah, Chuck.
I think
Chuck.
you had a couple though. Kyle was.
Oh, man.
The coach.
When I was playing it on my DS, because I went and bought the eShop thing after we played it, and I always pictured Kyle saying some of the lines. Oh, it was so good.
Hey, hear me out. Let's do
yes.
another readout after this.
I
Yeah,
would
we'll
be
do it
okay
live
with
right
it.
now.
Kyle.
But we
Here.
don't have you don't have the visual aid.
What do you mean?
The listeners would be very confused at who these characters
Oh
are.
no, like us, like not the viewers.
Oh, okay. Yes, I would be down to do a reading.
Okay, we're gonna do a live reading. What is today? It's the 24th.
Yeah, we can cut the podcast, I guess, and then do this. Well,
Yeah,
we
we
could
got
still talk,
time.
but like we could do this after.
I still got a few weeks before I have to get my brain taken out. We got time.
Oh
You're
yeah,
having your brain taken out?
he's getting surgery.
Yeah, I'm just too smart, so they had to take out some of it.
It's growing too big.
It's growing too big.
that's
This might be a
not
good time. This actually might be a good time to mention on the show, at least. So, I will be around for the next, 1, 2, 3 podcasts we'll have covered. So, after that, the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks probably will be a little bit weird. I think Ree has volunteered graciously to take control of things and keep things running while I do actually have brain surgery and then hopefully don't die in there. But things should be relatively smooth. I just will be out of commission for like probably 2 weeks, I think. But after that, things will be back to normal. So we should still have 1 episode a week, though. I'm trying to figure out a way to schedule that and make sure things are still popping out. Because we got to pump that content out every week. Everyone's paying that subscription fee. We got to get that content out there.
Yeah.
Of course.
$3.49 a month.
$3.49 a month, direct to my PayPal. You can Venmo my PayPal.
On Patreon.
You can Venmo my PayPal all the way to my Patreon, and that money will just get to me if you just kind of send it out there. All right, so let's go and kind of wrap it up. Do you guys have any final thoughts?
Depression, because there's no surviving high school app.
I know. That, yes.
I'm curious if there's a game that's similar enough to it that exists today.
Well, I found, no, I don't know, because I looked on the App Store and there's this game called Choices and Episodes, but it looks very raunchy.
Yeah, I would say
know
don't
about
get that. I downloaded that, and the first choice was like, well, what kind of game were you looking for? And the 2 options were romance and steamy. So I'm like, okay, well, this is not for me.
Yeah,
there's a game called Choose Your Story. That looks like a good bet. It's on mobile.
Yeah, it's just not the same. It's like the depth will never be the same. It'll maybe be similar, but yeah.
Oh, Hot to Full Boyfriend. We can play that.
Wait, what?
Hot to Full Boyfriend is that pigeon dating simulator.
Oh no.
Hotable.
Well, you're a pigeon. Hot to Full.
Oh,
Hot to Full Boyfriend.
Oh, the
yeah. You are a pigeon though.
I think.
Well, you're.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you're a pigeon and you're trying to date other pigeons, so it's not like that weird, I guess.
I guess
kinda
did they get that from
is
the
kinda
Notebook
weird.
with the whole "if you're a bird, I'm a bird" thing? Like, is that you're a pigeon, I'm a pigeon?
It's like hella Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also I think it might be the only dating sim where you play as a girl and you have like a bunch of guys you're trying to romance.
I'm sure there's.
So that's
Oh,
they're
instead
out
of
there.
the usual like I am a strong,
like,
sexy man who has all the girls at the school wanting me.
I don't know
thing.
what
I'm
anime
trying
you've
to-
seen
I have
where
never
somebody is
seen
a
anime.
strong, sexy man. You can't say that. You can't say it out loud, and now people know about it, and they know where to find you.
Oh,
They know where to find
well,
you,
edit that out
Kathryn.
then.
We can't edit. You obviously have never listed this show. The bar of things, the bar of how bad something would have to be for me to edit it out in post is just so low.
I
Are
see.
you gonna
Well,
remove that IRA thing I said earlier?
No, it's gonna stay in
Okay.
there.
Wait,
well,
I'll take
I
I'll
did
take this
have a
one for
final
you,
thought, though.
Nirav. Are there enough ghosts
Oh,
What?
in the game? Are there any ghosts
in the game,
enough?
this is something
Oh.
we end our discussion with each time. Are there enough ghosts in this game?
no,
Not really.
There's none. There was a storyline
Isn't
that
that
I
the-
forgot about until I did a deep dive of the fandom wiki page of this.
Jesus
thing.
Christ!
Isn't that like on the
There
Halloween
was a
episode or
character
something?
who died. It was like the sister of a current character who had passed away in a car accident, and she's not a ghost though. Well,
I mean, she's
I don't
dead.
think. Yeah, she's dead, but I don't remember if it was like implied that somebody felt like some spiritual thing or something involving her or not. But that was something. That's the only thing I can remember related to death and or ghosts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take
Isn't
it. We
oh fuck, what's his name? I don't remember his name, but
so we do need
Yeah.
more
Think of
ghosts. That
him.
is what you're saying.
Describe him. I could probably think of him.
he's the guy
Descri-
who's the star
describe
quarterback
him
in the
to me.
football one. He's like the
guy who
he's a dick, and then he's like okay at the end. He's like your friend.
Adam.
Yeah, that guy. Didn't his brother die or something?
Yes. His brother died in the car accident.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Lots of car accidents in Center Score.
Oh,
Apparently.
high school.
Yeah, just a high school
My
thing.
final thought, though, just thinking about all of it, and it sort of ties into it's being sad that the App Store and iPhones were so new at the time, and you just can't access that stuff anymore so easily. I guess just it's really a bunch of nostalgia thinking about it, honestly. Like I played it through the end of high school, then obviously a couple years after high school, and I looked forward to that every week. That one and Cause of Death. I think they even uploaded their episodes on different days. I might have been wrong, but maybe it was the same day. I don't know. But there's something just reading back about it now, and I'm thinking, wow, that was really just well done, and I enjoyed it, and I'm just glad myself and Matt are like the only two people in the world, aside from the hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales they got on it or whatever it was.
It was all from us.
Who have enjoyed this game. But it's weird that for whatever reason, people we were around just never heard of it.
Yeah, well,
But
a couple of my buddies played it, but not like, I don't think it was like huge. Like huge. It was just
I remember
like groups.
Facebook group. The Facebook page for the game was filled with people who loved it.
Oh really? I guess they would've had
Facebook
it.
was bumping.
Yeah.
I played Mafia. What was it? It was like Mafia or some shit on Facebook. I don't remember what it was. It was like you had to.
Farmville?
No, it was like a Mafia game where you need energy to do things and you have to wait. I don't remember what it was called. Someone will remember it. Chat. Say it in chat.
Yeah, chat, if you could clip that.
I remember Yoville on Facebook.
I remember Yoville is a great name for your indie album.
I don't know how to play any instruments, so it'll be just a lot of
It could just be a spoken word.
Neither do a lot of
album.
people with albums.
spoken word.
Cynthia.
I'll get right on that.
Wow. Okay, great. So just to pull us out of here, Kyle, do you have anything you want to plug? Thanks for being on.
Just like the last times that I've been on here, I am going to plug nothing.
Great.
Wait, I do want to plug
Matt,
this
are you working on anything?
awesome app for tracking video games called the GG app.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I've never heard of it. What does it do?
It's basically like Letterbox D for video games. You can.
Did you say
Is that what
Letterbox
it's called?
D?
I don't know.
I think it's just
It
Letterbox.
was Letterboxd.
Letterboxed. Oh, okay, whatever. Same
D.
thing.
It's like initial D.
Anyway, you can keep track of games that you want
Okay.
to play and games that you have played. The more you know.
Can you also write reviews
Yeah.
and ratings and share with your
Yeah.
friends?
And all you
make
have to do to
lists,
check it out is
ranked
go to
or otherwise?
ggapp.io.
Wow. Can I sign up
You
right
can.
now?
It is up and running.
Also, it's available on web and iOS and Android. That didn't count as an advertisement because Kyle brought it up organically. Matt, do you have anything you want to plug?
I have a couple things.
Okay.
Shout out to Logitech. Great gear.
Okay. We didn't get any money from Logitech for this, so I
Yeah.
want to make it known.
Second, shout out to the 13. If any of you are listening to this, appreciate it. I want to do a quick shout out to Chris Panett. I told him about this podcast. Shout out.
Okay.
Who else we got? Quick shout out to Ryan because it's a Saturday night and I know you're gonna listen to this in the morning.
Okay. Nice. Hey,
Hey,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Shout out to
Ryan's
shout out
like-
to Center Score
Ri-
High.
Ryan's-
Great high school.
I think Ryan's my most loyal listener. Let's see here. Okay. Great. Kathryn, what are you working on creatively right now?
Creatively,
That-
I actually
That you'd
am
like to share.
trying to start my own company to support some content creators, but that's like a side gig from my actual job, so I haven't been focusing on it, but hopefully soon that will
Okay.
be a thing. But otherwise, yes, shout out Center Score High and hashtag team. I think it's Team Owen because I liked him with Paige, not Zoe. So hashtag Team Paige and Owen.
Yeah, hashtag
And,
Poen.
Yeah, Poen. Zoe
Maybe
was such
they-
a Mary Sue, and that's all I'm gonna say.
I don't remember.
Never do anything wrong.
Is she like an artsy person or?
No, she was just like I don't know, like the new shine. She's like Bella in Twilight, like the new shiny thing, and Howard was just like googly-eyed over her.
Oh yeah, Howard.
Our
I
friend
forgot
Howard, you
about
know,
that guy. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
your
no,
best
they,
friend.
I was looking up. They're the only. They got engaged in like the final episode.
Wait, really?
Yes, they did.
That's crazy.
But they were both in college at that point. But still, like, I remember playing the series finale and them getting engaged.
Oh,
But yeah,
shout out to Howard.
Wow.
Paige and Owen were much more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out.
I remember.
To them. All right.
I vaguely remember a Paige and Owen episode where they went to the cemetery. I don't know what it was about, but they were there. Maybe that's where the ghosts were from.
This is
Maybe.
big news.
Wasn't it Owen? Like his brother died or something, or
I don't think
Was it a car
so.
crash?
I don't think.
probably.
Probably, but I don't. Now I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, I swear.
Not
Oh,
right now.
Someone visited
But nope,
a cemetery.
I'll just look it up on my phone.
Yeah.
1 second. I will look it up on my phone. I don't know that I'll be able to get the episode, but the wiki page that have his like, this person died
Yeah. Who died in
thing.
this?
There
There was an episode you go to the cemetery. I just don't remember.
Oh, so there are
Yeah,
ghosts.
probably. I think there's like something where like they thought the high school was haunted in one of the Halloween episodes, and it was like someone fucking with them.
Probably. I
Surviving.
don't see
All right.
anything about a cemetery or somebody dead.
Hmm.
So
Okay, great.
good
That's
to
a good
know.
way to end the show.
Wait a
then.
minute.
No cemeteries, no deaths.
Wow.
Football Halloween episode.
Super
Suspicious
disappointed.
findings and behavior in a cemetery. Football Halloween. That's what the episode was.
Okay.
We got him.
They really just called it football
Yeah,
Halloween.
really.
huh?
That's a very-
Hey, they have to put them out weekly. They can't have the creative. They spend all the creative juice on the episode itself. The title is by the wayside.
Yeah.
I'm really torn between calling this episode Football Halloween or Club Hagrid.
I play Club Hagrid.
I vote for Club Hagrid, and I can. Can I
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to?
yeah.
Can we go to Club Hagrid? Is that like?
It's, a
Can
bunch
we
of-
make a Club
Yeah.
Hagrid?
it's like a bunch of sick, obese people just like hanging out.
Hey, Hagrid's a half giant. He just has big bones.
Yeah, literally,
okay?
actually.
He's literally has big bones. Also, Hagrid's like tiny ass dad fucked a giant mom. Like, what? How did that happen?
Like good.
Sometimes
props
you just
to
gotta
him.
think about the
That's like a
logistics of
chihuahua
that,
and
and
a.
it just keeps you up at
That's
night.
like a chihuahua and a retriever
Yeah.
or something.
It's not like
It's dude, the Giants. No, listen to me. Like, cause Hagrid's dad was just like a short dude, and like his mom was like the Giants are like 25 feet tall. Like, think about the logistics of this reproductive
wasn't there
process.
like a kid in, or not a kid, but like it was like a giant in the Harry Potter movies.
Grop.
Was that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grop.
That's his
Yeah.
half brother, I think.
Yeah.
That's his half brother.
That's
yeah.
whenever his
So
mom
that's
banged
the
an
size.
actual giant.
Yes, that's correct. Like nature intended.
Yeah. I don't want to
Like God-
think of
like
the
God would have
logistics
wanted.
of Hagrid's conception, though. I really don't.
He could have just climbed on in there. Okay.
All right,
It's
we're
like, let's
gonna
play
end the
hide and seek,
podcast.
bro.
Oh my god.
Thank you guys for joining us, and I'm so sorry that you did. Does anyone have any sort of catchphrase they want to say to take us out of here, to kind of wrap things up in a neat
I'll let
little
Kathryn
bow?
take that because she
I don't
it's her first one,
catchphrases.
so do the catchphrase.
Kathryn, could you do the catchphrase that you always say all the
I
time?
don't have one that I say all the time. Why is Carter even in the lineup? That used to be a good
Hey,
catchphrase,
I
but
came up with that one.
You did, but I don't know. GG no re? Or yes re, because I'd like to come back.
What did you say about Reed?
Oh, she meant re as an
Oh
R-E.
my god. She comes
No replay.
She comes here and says, "Fuck the co-host." My god.
Wow, you really just dunked
My
on her, huh?
podcast now. No.
Oh my God.
I meant
Catherine,
no
I'm promoting
replay.
you to co-host at the end here.
Take that, Ireland.
Anyways, that was the catchphrase.
Okay.
We got him.
This was not the biggest disaster of an episode
Hey,
we've had.
since you're gonna cut this part, what happened to the game thing you played? Like you pick there's like
What?
cards or some shit. You like go into a dungeon.
Oh, the Dungeon Busters thing. Yeah, I just we ran out of time on the last few episodes, and I'm trying to keep the podcast a little shorter because it was starting to run up to like 140, 150 sometimes.
See, I like
we can
that.
play it if you want. We're still here. We're all
can.
still here.
Are the
you wanna do it?
listeners? Are y'all still here?
I thought we cut this. No, cut this.
No, we did. No,
What?
no, don't. No, we're
We
still
said the
going. We're still
fucking
going.
catchphrase.
We'll
What is
say
it? A
another
fucking
one.
Porky Pig
Come on.
comes up. He's like, "That's all, folks," and like another episode airs. Like, no.
That is what happens, though.
That is actually what happened.
No, it's the end.
Okay, now I'm pulling out the cards. We're doing it. Fuck it.
It's like, and
Are
to
we
be
combining
continued.
a card reading and a script reading of Surviving High School? But we have to
No.
pick the goth one this time.
This is a separate game.
Pick Beth. Was it Beth? No, Raven.
No, we picked Beth the first time.
Yeah, Raven.
Raven. We gotta pick Raven.
Oh, I want to use my Dyson so much. This is so cool.
Okay, so what? Kathryn, I think you're new here. You probably don't know about this. There's a game we're doing that I'm calling Dungeon Busters, where you are a team of adventurers. You are characters that I'm going to give you from cards from this game that I have here, and I'm going to give you certain powers, and you're going to be traveling through a little short 3-room dungeon and fighting a boss and seeing if you can figure a way out using your powers.
Okay.
All right.
Also,
It's like mini D&D.
do I record still?
Oh, if you stop recording?
No, I'm still recording, but
Yes, everyone
Okay.
should still be recording.
okay.
I am now recording.
Um,
Clap.
did you stop, dude?
No, I'm just kidding. Got you.
Okay.
Oh,
I was gonna say
How
that's
we
gonna
got
make
it.
my life
What
a
a
fucking
prank.
nightmare.
A little jokester.
What? A,
Just like that episode of
Prank.
Surviving High School. Football jokester.
Football,
great.
football Halloween.
Football Halloween.
Football Halloween. All right. I'm gonna pull out some cards for you. So Matt, you are first. You are an evil doll.
A doll. Like, what's that? Chucky's wife? What's it?
Bride of Chucky.
Bride of Chucky. Yeah, but what's her name?
Her name's Bride.
I'm a bride of
Chucky.
Chucky, I think.
Oh, okay. I am the Bride of Chucky.
I think it's Is it Annabelle?
That's a
Is that
different
right?
movie.
Ah, whatever. Okay, Kyle, you are Yuki from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
Nice. All right. And then
Kyle, what time is it?
Kath, what time is it? It's 10:54.
No, Kyle, what time is it?
Oh, Kyle, please.
You
Could you please say it,
Yugi time.
Oh my god, man.
dude? That was the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
You didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, did you?
Not enough for me to know what you're trying to
Even
get me
somebody-
to say.
He says
Even
it in the
somebody with
opening.
the most-
Oh my.
The most tertiary knowledge of this product would
Kathryn,
would have
if you
known
were
what to
Yugi,
say.
what time? And I asked you what time it is. What would you say?
But hashtag Team Pokemon?
Oh.
Didn't she
no.
already say that she didn't even know what anime
She
was?
said she doesn't watch it.
She doesn't watch
I
it.
don't know. I know what anime is. I don't watch it, and I don't know anything.
Okay,
about
Kyle,
It's time
finish
to-
the sentence. It's time to
Oh, to duel.
his catchphrase that he says literally
Yeah,
all the
it's time
time.
to duel.
Yeah, but it doesn't start with
Okay,
what
Kathryn-
time is it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I would have asked you what time is it, and you'll say it's time to duel. What?
Dude, it was a great setup, Matt. I'm
Thank
with
you.
you on this one.
I stick by my
Um,
answer
Kat-
of it's Yugi time.
Shut up. Shut up. Kathryn, you're a hobo.
What?
Alright.
Okay, good thing I've never heard that in real life.
So a homeless
A
man
hobo?
or a homeless woman, the Bride of Chucky, and like Dollar Tree Yugi apparently, or
And we all
Dollar
get
Tree
in a,
Yugi.
we all go to a bar.
No, listen to me. You're all going to get a special power. That may be good or bad. Okay, so first we're going to do Matt. Your evil doll lays exploding eggs. That's your superpower.
I have the
Just in
power
real
of
life.
Exodia.
Okay. Nope. Kyle, you are locked in an antique diver's helmet.
wait, how do you know Exodia and you don't know? Oh my god,
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Kyle, are you googling this?
No.
Okay, whatever.
And Kathryn, your hobo is in a berserker rage.
All right.
So that means I'm angry.
That is what that means.
Okay.
Yes, this.
I didn't
Alright.
know if like berserker was like a specific kind of rage, or I'm just off the rails angry. Like,
Really, just your average homeless person, I guess.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I guess we actually don't have a
Yeah,
lot of
what are they
homeless
gonna do?
people
Listen to the
listening,
podcast? Come on now.
but- Okay, whatever. Listen to me.
anything helps. God bless.
All right. So the first room of the dungeon. You guys are a team of adventurers. Like I said, there's 3 dungeon rooms you're trying to get through and defeat the boss at the end. This first room. This room is packed shoulder to shoulder with 1,000 undead blanks. I gotta draw a character card. With 1,000 undead sumo wrestlers.
God.
All right. Tell me how you're gonna get through this
Are
room,
they
please.
skeletons or are they zombies?
I'm gonna say they're undead. Ooh, I was thinking skeletons.
Okay,
in
so
my
really
head,
they're
so I'll
just
say-
they're just regular skeletons then.
So they're really just regular
Okay.
skeletons.
Unless we go by the big bones theory.
Yeah.
Big bo-
One of them is Hagrid.
Okay,
Oh no.
so I'm assuming that I don't have Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah. Do you care? Do you?
I think you do. I think you have Yugi's standard
okay.
deck.
Can he actually summon monsters then?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
well-
But not Exodia.
That's fine.
Ugh, okay. Back to the drawing board.
Summon the GOG cards. Like what?
Kyle, how about this? If you want to summon a card, I'll just draw a character card from here that you
No,
summon.
oh, so not Dark Magician?
No dark magicians.
What if you draw the card Dark Magician?
That was the only other one I remember.
All right, Kyle, I'm gonna summon a card
Okay.
for you. Okay. All right. This you have summoned a high school marching
I
band.
summoned the High School Marching Band card.
The center school high school band.
Jesus.
How fitting for
Okay.
the episode.
You're now in a room with 1,000 undead, I guess just skeletons and a high school marching band. Has your situation gotten better?
I'm
Do you
going to order them to charge. Go, geeks!
We got him.
They love it. They love being called that. I'm gonna say that the high school marching band is kind of like distracting enough for the skeletons that you guys can sneak past and get
Alright.
through.
Nailed it.
All right. The next one is the ceremony room of a bloodthirsty cult looking for a sacrifice.
Oh. How many are there?
I just want to, actually, Kyle, I want to remind you that you're locked inside of an antique diver's
Oh yeah,
helmet.
so I would...
So we have to like carry you? Yeah. I guess
Well, it's
we
just a
carry
helmet.
Someone's
you.
got to carry him.
Okay.
time to
And wait, what was Matt's power thing and
I
power?
think I just lay eggs, isn't
He
it?
can lay exploding eggs.
Oh, exploding eggs.
Oh, you're a
eggs.
Chucky doll that can lay exploding eggs.
All right.
Y'all
Okay,
just have
so
to
I
lead me
think
by
that-
hand. Because I don't know where I'm going.
Well, I feel like we could get rid of the cult problem with some exploding eggs.
Yeah. Can I? What is my egg power gated by? Is it like I have to be pregnant as a doll to lay eggs, or what's the whole?
No,
thing?
you can just. I think you can just shoot eggs.
Can
out,
I like?
think.
So if I like bend over, I just like shit out eggs like a machine gun, like a.
Yeah.
All
sure.
right.
So you're-
Banjo Kazooie style.
I'm gonna do that. I'm turning into the ass machine gun.
I'm gonna like...
Yeah.
Can I rotate his arms like a
To
crank?
reload.
Okay. But
like,
you're
you have
inside
to
of a
flex
diver's
your
helmet, so
bicep
no.
to
Wait.
reload.
You said a diver's helmet, so I just have a helmet on, right?
No, you're locked inside of an antique diver's helmet.
Yeah, just the helmet.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't see what's going. Or I guess you
I mean,
can.
There's
Maybe
like
it's
a
just-
little
the whole
window
point.
at the front, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
How are you fitting all of Yugi's hair inside that?
It's hair.
It's his hair's so powerful it breaks
Difficulty.
through the middle.
Wow. Okay, great. I'm gonna say that you guys just brute forced your way through this one.
Nice.
All right, and we're on the last one. So you have arrived in the boss room, which is the hunting grounds of a hangry. Draw a card. Predator, not that kind. Oh God.
Wait, what kind is not that kind?
So
I am gonna say that
Weinstein?
this is the Alien versus Predator sort of Predator.
That's the first one I
Okay.
thought of.
Okay.
Well, when you said not that kind, I thought.
Well, that's what it's. The card literally says Predator (parentheses), not that kind.
This is not that helpful.
not that. Okay, so let's just go with Alien then.
Yeah, this is the Alien versus Predator sort of.
Alright.
thing.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Wow, this is
is
going to be
the-
really difficult.
So this is the hunting grounds of a hangry predator.
So he's hungry and angry.
Yes.
Well-
yeah.
Okay.
Predators can see
So-
like
Does anyone
body heat.
Does anyone have a Snickers? I mean,
But predators can see body
mean-
heat, right?
yes, they can see.
See, they
body
can't see
heat,
me.
That's correct.
Like I'm a doll.
Okay, so you've
that's
got to
true.
be like, maybe we ambush him.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
we could be, like, me and the hobo could be a distraction.
Like, I'll just, like, be polishing the diver helmet or something, and then the predator comes towards us, but we've got the doll next to us.
Is this Bioshock?
And then the predator comes over, but we've got our doll with the eggs, and those attack and explode, causing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah, they'd be like distracting, and I'd be
so.
just like my ass in the air. Like,
Yeah, I think Matt, you're hiding somewhere. I think.
well, I
you're
wouldn't have to be
ready.
ready. I'm just a doll.
Just-
Would he'd be like, oh, it's just like a random doll here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And
Okay,
then
fair.
in my rage, I could probably get a few punches off in addition to these exploding eggs, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that would work. I'm really sorry. I've never done this before.
Yeah. What's like? No,
That's okay.
that'd work. Cause like, have you seen
that works.
Yeah, people talk about like, I can't talk about it. I'm gonna get this podcast canceled. Never mind. I'll tell you guys after.
Okay. Okay, great. That's a great way to end it. Okay, so you guys have made it through. Congratulations to basement floor 11, I think now. Yeah, congratulations. Your party has been
That was
successful.
totally worth it.
So
We did it.
We did it. I don't know. If everyone write into the show if you think this is a waste of time, then we'll stop doing it. I think it's fun. I'm so tired though. No, I don't know. I feel like I've been transitioning the show slowly to be more of like, I feel like at the beginning I was like, oh, I don't want it to be like other podcasts. They all do this. And then like I started to realize over time that like there's a reason every podcast does it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So we're always here at GameBusters. We are always adapting, always adopting, always evolving. Okay. We're always adopting children.
How
Here.
nice.
We have like 30 GameBusters children at this point.
Please take them. We can't feed them all.
I think that back during the Hall of Fame Luster stuff, we might have had an orphanage at some point we were running. Anyway, okay, so thank you guys for joining us. This is the second time the podcast is ending. A podcast so good they had to end it twice.
We could do it like Return of the
Put it
King
on
and
the
have
box.
like 4
I think
endings.
you could put that on like coffee mugs for merch.
Yeah. It's like,
Podcast so good they had to kill us twice. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and end it. All right, thank you guys for joining us. And then Kyle, could you say the catchphrase, Yugi's famous catchphrase, please?
It's Yugi time!
I have stopped.